Okay, so here we are today. We're going to build a underwater housing for a small pinpointing metal detector, and the pinpointer is approximately 9 inches long, so the sum total of our parts should be approximately 9.5 inches long. We start with a 7-inch piece of 1.5-inch ABS pipe. Add to that a slip adapter for 1.5-inch to 2-inch. Then place on the inside a piece of foam which fits in the hole of the 1.5-inch. This piece of foam will force the pinpointer to rub against the bottom of the 1.5-inch ABS and give it a little more sensitivity, being closer to the metal detecting surface. So we will put that in there with the slot facing down opposite this tag, and then we can see that once the pinpointer is placed inside, it forces it down to the bottom of the tubing. This piece of ABS is approximately 7 inches long. Each additional piece adds approximately 1 inch to it. Then the slip adapter, which is a female threaded 2-inch, goes on the back. And then inside of that, we will place a piece of sponge which might absorb any excess fluid which might get leaked through the back cap. Add to that our butt cap, which I have built a custom weight to fit inside of. This weight will offset the flotation of the tube and will allow it to sit on the bottom without floating away should I happen to drop it. I made this using wax from a candle. I poured it in there after spraying silicone spray inside, and then poured candle wax into it, making a male mold of this. I then took the candle wax, pressed it into wet sand, and made an impression to pour hot lead into. After pouring the hot lead and letting it cool, pull it out, trim it off so that it fits nicely into the back of this cap. It's approximately a half a pound, 8 pounds, 2 ounces. 8 ounces, excuse me. That fits nicely into the back of the housing. And once you get it threaded in, after turning on your pinpointer, place an O-ring over the threads. O-ring can be rubbed with silicone paste, the paste commonly found at places like Home Depot. And then the cap presses the O-ring tight, ensuring a fairly waterproof seal. The cap I marked with nail polish, red colored, and black felt pen to indicate top, so that when I'm underwater I can tell exactly where the top of my detecting unit is. I place a spare O-ring over it just to keep for possible use. Thread a piece of bungee cord onto the back as a wrist keeper, and our project is finished. Once I glue all these seams, I take care not to glue the threaded fitting, because the threaded fitting is the entrance and exit for the detector. So this is a fairly easy project. Don't forget to glue it up using some kind of glue, and it should work very nicely for you. I believe that the vibration and the beeping can be felt and heard underwater. However, above water, it's a little bit cumbersome. It is easy to hold on to and use across the surface. And enjoy. This is about a $5 project. Give or take a few pennies for some lead.